Expand your vocabulary with our Core 2000 Words ebook. It's free and packed with essential expressions that you'll use on a daily basis. Start building your vocabulary today. Click the link in the description below to download your free Bulgarian ebook before it's gone. Learning to carry a conversation is vital to mastery of any language. Even beginners can quickly learn conversational language well enough to carry on real conversations with native speakers. Of course, beginners won't be able to carry a conversation the same way they could in their native language. But just knowing a few tips, like which questions to ask to keep a conversation going, are all you need to speak and interact with real native speakers. Before we get to specific suggestions, let's first take a closer look at how having real conversations in your target language is so vital to your mastery of the language. Communicating with other people is the very point of language, and conversation comes easily in our native tongue. For beginners, or anyone learning a new language, conversations aren't easy at all, and even simple greetings can be intimidating and awkward. Nothing kills a conversation faster than long periods of awkward silence, so you need practice and specific strategies to avoid them. When you know what to say to keep a conversation going, communication becomes much easier, and you make a better impression on your listener. Nothing will help you learn to speak a language faster and truly master the language than having real conversations with native speakers. Conversations quickly expose you to slang, cultural expressions, and vocabulary that force you to absorb and assimilate information faster than any educational setting. And that's a great thing. But how can you possibly have real conversations with real people if you're just starting out? Here are 3 proven methods that even beginners can quickly use to learn conversational language to make a great impression and avoid awkward silences. First, ask questions to keep a conversation going. For beginners and even more advanced speakers, the key is to ask questions to keep a conversation going. Of course, they can't be just random questions, or else you may confuse the listener. But by memorizing a few key questions and the appropriate time to use them, you can easily carry a conversation with minimal vocabulary or experience. And remember, the more conversations you have, the quicker you will learn and master the language. Second, learn core vocabulary terms as quickly as possible. You don't need to memorize thousands of words to learn conversational language. In fact, with just a couple hundred words, you could have a very basic conversation. And by learning maybe 1,000 to 2,000 words, you could carry a conversation with a native speaker about current events, order in restaurants, and even get directions. To help you get started with this, check out our 2,000 common words, also known as our core list. These 2,000 words are all you need to learn to speak fluently and carry a conversation with a native speaker. Third, study video or audio lessons that you can play and replay again and again. If you want to know how to carry on a conversation, then you need exposure to native speakers, and the more, the better. Studying video or audio lessons is ideal because they provide contextualized learning in your native language, and you can play them again and again until you achieve mastery. Our instructors have created more than 2,500 video and audio lessons that you can play over and over. And the best part is, they don't just teach you vocabulary and grammar. They are designed to help you learn to speak and teach you practical everyday topics like shopping, ordering, and more. Although it may seem intimidating for a beginner, the truth is that it's very easy to learn conversational language. Just learn a few core vocabulary terms and which questions to ask to keep a conversation going. Our language learning program has the world's largest online collection of video and audio lessons by real instructors, plus tons of advanced tools to help you learn to speak and carry on a conversation quickly. Just a little practice and exposure to real conversations or lessons is all it really takes. So, if you're ready to finally learn a new language the fast, fun, and easy way, sign up for your free lifetime account by clicking on the link in the description. Signing up takes less than 30 seconds, and you'll start speaking from your very first lesson. If you enjoyed these tips, hit the like button, share the video with anyone who's trying to learn a new language, and subscribe to our channel. We release new videos every week. I'll see you next time. Bye!
Мъж и жена гледат планове на жилища. Кой апартамент ще изберат те? Какво ще кажеш за този? Има хубава голяма дневна.
Голяма дневна ми харесва, но аз искам място за паркиране.
Да видим. Какво ще кажеш за този?
Да, този е хубав. Да отидем ли да го видим?
Чакай малко. Гардеробът не е ли твърде малък?
Добър въпрос. Хм, изглежда, че няма идеален вариант. Почакай, какво ще кажеш за този?
Има всичко, от което се нуждаем, нали? И гардеробът е достатъчно голям. Нека да отидем да видим този.
Добре,
Кой апартамент ще изберат те? Мъж и жена гледат планове на жилища. Кой апартамент ще изберат те? Какво ще кажеш за този? Има хубава голяма дневна.
голяма дневна ми харесва, но аз искам място за паркиране.
Да видим. Какво ще кажеш за този?
Да, този е хубав. Да отидем ли да го видим?
Чакай малко. Гардеробът не е ли твърде малък?
Добър въпрос. Хм, изглежда, че няма идеален вариант. Почакай, какво ще кажеш за този?
Има всичко, от което се нуждаем, нали? И гардеробът е достатъчно голям. Нека да отидем да видим този.
Добре,
Мъж прави резервация в хотел. В коя стая ще отседне той? Seaside Hotel. С какво мога да ви помогна?
здравейте. Бих искал да отседна за една вечер на 22 септември.
Разбира се. Една нощувка за 22 септември. За колко човека?
Двама.
Какво бихте желали? Стая за пушачи или за непушачи?
За непушачи.
Единствената стая за непушачи, която е свободна на този ден, е стая с гледка към планината. Това удобно ли е за вас?
Ами, надявах се за стая с гледка към океана.
Съжалявам, но единствената стая с гледка към океана, свободна на този ден, е стая за пушачи.
Разбирам. Има ли стая за непушачи с гледка към океана, която да е свободна на 23 септември?
Да, има такава.
Добре, ще отседнем на 23 септември.
В коя стая ще отседне той? Мъж прави резервация в хотел. В коя стая ще отседне той? Seaside Hotel. С какво мога да ви помогна?
Здравейте. Бих искал да отседна за една вечер на 22 септември.
Разбира се. Една нощувка за 22 септември. За колко човека?
Двама.
Какво бихте желали? Стая за пушачи или за непушачи?
За непушачи.
Единствената стая за непушачи, която е свободна на този ден, е стая с гледка към планината. Това удобно ли е за вас?
Ами, надявах се за стая с гледка към океана.
Съжалявам, но единствената стая с гледка към океана, свободна на този ден, е стая за пушачи.
Разбирам. Има ли стая за непушачи с гледка към океана, която да е свободна на 23 септември?
Да, има такава.
Добре, ще отседнем на 23 септември.
Жена разговаря с фризьора си. Как иска тя да промени прическата си?
Здравейте, мога ли да ви помогна?
Здравейте! Имам резервация за 3 часа на името на Петрова.
Да, заповядайте, госпожо Петрова. Насам, моля. Какво бихте искали да направим днес?
Бих искала да си променя малко прическата.
Добре, каква дължина бихте желали?
Някъде до към раменете.
Добре, а бретонови?
Оставете го така.
Прав или преметнат на една страна?
Малко на една страна.
Коя страна?
Може би малко вляво от средата.
Разбрано. Ще започнем с измиване на косата, така че заповядайте насам.
Как иска тя да промени прическата си? Жена разговаря с фризьора си. Как иска тя да промени прическата си?
Здравейте, мога ли да ви помогна?
Здравейте! Имам резервация за 3 часа на името на Петрова.
Да, заповядайте, госпожо Петрова. Насам, моля. Какво бихте искали да направим днес?
Бих искала да си променя малко прическата.
Добре, каква дължина бихте желали?
Някъде до към раменете.
Добре, а бретонови?
Оставете го така.
Прав или преметнат на една страна?
Малко на една страна.
Коя страна?
Може би малко вляво от средата.
Разбрано. Ще започнем с измиване на косата, така че заповядайте насам.
Студент и студентка гледат обявите за работа. За коя работа ще кандидатства студентката? Хей, какво мислиш за тази работа? Заплащането на час е доста високо.
Така е, заплащането изглежда добро, но можеш ли наистина да се справиш с маршрута за доставка на вестници?
Разбира се. Биваме в карането на колело. Но се притеснявам за ставането рано.
Какво ще кажеш за тази тогава? Заплащането не е високо, но можеш да работиш 2 или 3 дена в седмицата и да започваш работа вечерта.
Тази ли? Касиерка в супермаркет? Би било добре да работя след училище.
Тази за работа в кафене също може да е добра.
Да, обожавам това място. И е на път за училище.
Не е зле, нали?
За коя да кандидатствам?
Между кои се двоумиш? Кафенето и доставката на вестници?
Да, заплащането за доставката на вестници е наистина добро. Добре, реших. Предполагам, че просто ще трябва да ставам рано. За коя работа ще кандидатства студентката? Студент и студентка гледат обявите за работа. За коя работа ще кандидатства студентката? Хей, какво мислиш за тази работа? Заплащането на час е доста високо.
Така е, заплащането изглежда добро, но можеш ли наистина да се справиш с маршрута за доставка на вестници?
Разбира се. Биваме в карането на колело. Но се притеснявам за ставането рано.
Какво ще кажеш за тази тогава? Заплащането не е високо, но можеш да работиш 2 или 3 дена в седмицата и да започваш работа вечерта.
Тази ли? Касиерка в супермаркет? Би било добре да работя след училище.
Тази за работа в кафене също може да е добра.
Да, обожавам това място. И е на път за училище.
Не е зле, нали?
За коя да кандидатствам?
Между кои се двоумиш? Кафенето и доставката на вестници?
Да, заплащането за доставката на вестници е наистина добро. Добре, реших. Предполагам, че просто ще трябва да ставам рано.
Welcome to BulgarianPod101.com's Български в 3 минути. The fastest, easiest and most fun way to learn Bulgarian. Здрасти, аз се казвам Ива. Приятно ми е. Hi, I'm Eva. Nice to meet you. In this series, we're going to learn basic Bulgarian expressions. It's super easy and it only takes 3 minutes. In this lesson, you're going to learn how to introduce yourself in Bulgarian. But first, it's important to clarify that in Bulgarian, there is a difference between the formal and the informal language. Let's first see how Bulgarian people introduce themselves in an informal situation. Здрасти, аз се казвам Ива. Приятно ми е да се запознаем. Hi, I'm Eva. Nice to meet you. Здрасти, аз се казвам Ива. Приятно ми е да се запознаем. Start by saying Здрасти, аз се казвам. Then say your name. Здрасти, аз се казвам Ива. Finally say Приятно ми е да се запознаем. Здрасти, аз се казвам Ива. Приятно ми е да се запознаем. And now let's see the same sentence in formal speech. Здравейте, аз се казвам Ива Георгиева. Приятно ми е да се запознаем. Hello, I'm Eva Georgieva. Nice to meet you. Здравейте, аз се казвам Ива Георгиева. Приятно ми е да се запознаем. So, what has changed from the previous introduction? Let's take a close look at these together. Здрасти has been substituted with the formal greeting Здравейте, formal Bulgarian for hello. Аз се казвам Ива has not been changed. Аз се казвам stands in both cases for I am or my name is. However, during a formal self-introduction, we also say our last name. So I said Eva Georgieva. Here, you would say your full name. Finally, the ending remains the same. Приятно ми е да се запознаем. It is a universal Bulgarian greeting, meaning nice to meet you. One more time. The informal way to introduce yourself in Bulgarian is Здрасти, аз се казвам Ива. Приятно ми е да се запознаем. The formal way to introduce yourself is Здравейте, аз се казвам Ива Георгиева. Приятно ми е да се запознаем. Now it's time for Eva's insights. When you introduce yourself, it's a good habit to shake hands in Bulgaria. And if you're not sure whether to use Здрасти or Здравейте, just say simply Добър ден, which means hello and is used during the daytime.
Добър ден!
Добър ден!
Как сте?
Добре съм, благодаря.
Здравей, аз се казвам Петьо.
Здрасти, аз съм Таня.
Приятно ми е да се запознаем.
И на мен също.
In this lesson, we are going to learn how to use good manners as we thank people. Готови ли сте? Are you ready? Да започваме! So let's start. There are several ways to thank someone. Let's start with the easiest. It's just one word. Благодаря. Благодаря. Благодаря means thank you. When saying thank you very much, you just need to add много. Много благодаря. Много благодаря. Много means a lot. So много благодаря is like saying thank you very much. During the last lesson, we mentioned both the informal and the formal way of speaking Bulgarian. Благодаря is the most common way to thank someone. If you want to be more casual, there is another word you should use, and you will be amazed which word that is. Merci. Merci. Merci is a loan word from French, but it is pronounced with the typical Bulgarian hard R, R. It is used mainly in informal situations. Merci. How do you answer? It's easy. There are basically two different ways to do it. The first is няма защо. Няма защо. Няма защо literally means there is no reason, but it is the equivalent of don't mention it. The other way to say you're welcome is the word моля. Моля. Literally, this word means I beg or please, but it has become a common way to respond to someone thanking you. So when someone says благодаря to you, we can simply reply with няма защо or моля. Now it's time for Eva's insights. If you're not sure about whether to use merci or благодаря, keeping it simple is always your safest bet. You don't have to worry about formal or informal situations. Благодаря can be used with just about anyone, anywhere, and at any time.
Добре дошъл, заповядай.
Благодаря. Това е малък подарък от мен. Заповядай.
О, много благодаря.
Няма защо.
In this lesson, we'll learn some of the most common greetings used in Bulgaria. Готови ли сте? Are you ready? Да започваме! So let's start. The most used informal greeting is Здрасти. Здрасти. Здрасти means hi or hello. We should only use this greeting with friends or relatives. There is one more word, which is an informal way to say hello. Здравей. It has the same meaning as здрасти and is used when we speak only with one person. Здравей. And now let's continue with the formal way to greet people. The most general version is Добър ден. Добър ден. Literally, Добър ден means good day. So as a rule, we can use Добър ден only during the daytime, from morning until evening. During the evening, we say Добър вечер. Добър вечер. Вечер is Bulgarian for evening, so Добър вечер means good evening. During the morning, we say Добро утро. Добро утро. Утро is Bulgarian for morning. Добро утро, добър ден, and добър вечер are used when we meet someone, but when we leave, we use another word. In this formal situation, Bulgarian people use довиждане. Довиждане. Довиждане means goodbye. Finally, in Bulgarian, we have an expression meaning see you soon that can be considered both formal and informal. До скоро. До скоро. Now you can greet people in many different ways in Bulgarian. Let's review them all again. When meeting in an informal situation, здрасти or здравей for one person. When meeting older people or someone we don't know in the different times of the day, добро утро, добър ден, добър вечер. When living in a formal situation, довиждане. When living, no matter whether it is a formal or informal situation, до скоро. It's easy, isn't it? Now it's time for Eva's insights. Remember merci from the last lesson. Bulgarian uses a lot of words borrowed from other languages, and we also have one for goodbye. Ciao! Just like Italian, this is actually the phrase you will hear the most in Bulgaria. Friends often say it to each other when leaving. Try to say it to your Bulgarian friends. Ciao! During the next lesson, we'll learn the meaning of the phrase говорите ли английски? Do you already know it? We'll be waiting to talk about it with you in our next Български в 3 минути lesson. До скоро!
Извинете,
Да.
кракът ми.
О, съжалявам.
You are at a bus terminal where you're attempting to buy a ticket from a ticket counter. There are 4 different counters. Which counter should you line up at to go to the south side of the city? Which counter should you line up at to go to the south side of the city? The third counter is the counter for bus tickets that go to the south side of the city.
За южната част на града.
You are at a bus terminal where you've just bought a long-distance ticket. Which row and seat number are you in? Which row and seat number are you in? The ticket says that you're in the 8th row in seat C.
8 ред, място С.
You are at a bus terminal where you're reading the schedule for long-distance buses. On which days are there no buses running? On which days are there no buses running? There are no express trains running on public holidays and the third Sunday of every month.
Официални празници. Третата неделя на всеки месец.
You are at a bus stop where you're waiting for the 301 bus. There is a notice posted on the bus timetable. What does the notice say? What does the notice say? The notice reads, "The 301 bus does not stop here."
Автобус 301 не спира тук.
You just got off a bus at a bus terminal and you're looking to catch a taxi. Which direction should you go to get to the taxi rank? Which direction should you go to get to the taxi rank? You should head east to get to the taxi rank.
Изток.
Добър вечер.
Извинете, меню ако обичате.
Разбира се.
Извинете и вода ако обичате.
Веднага.
Извинете, искам да поръчам...
Да.
Okay, hi everyone. How are you today? I'm your host Daria, and this is an episode of BulgarianPod101.com. Maybe one of the most important episodes because it gives you the top 25 Bulgarian phrases that they are. I mean, these are key phrases that you need to start a conversation, to introduce yourself, to say the basic phrases of every language. So, if you want to be 25 Bulgarian phrases ahead of the rest of the people who don't know those, grab a pen and a notebook and let's start. Здравей. Здравей. Hello. How to start? How should we start? I think there's no better way to start but to say здравей. Zdravey. Hello. Well, hello everyone. Zdravey is like an informal way to say it. You can say zdravейте, the formal one. Also plural, yeah. You can say zdravейте to multiple people. And also if you hear that some Bulgarian people say zdrasti, zdrasti, this is the short version of hello. Just hi. Добро утро. Добро утро. Good morning. How do you usually start the day? If you see somebody, you would greet them with Добро утро. Добро утро. Good morning. This phrase I love a lot because of the vibration of it. Добро утро. Practice your R's in this phrase. Also, I like to use it because we're one step ahead of our southern neighbors, the Greek people, who don't even have a phrase for good morning. They just start from Kalimera, which is the day. I don't know why nobody celebrates the morning over there. We do. Добър ден. Добър ден. Good afternoon. Moving on later in the day. Добър ден. Добър ден. Good afternoon. Now, here's a tricky part because it may be 10 a.m. in the morning, but you can hear a Bulgarian saying добър ден, which literally is good afternoon, but we use it more as good day to you. So remember it, добър ден. Лека нощ. Лека нощ. Good night. When you go to bed, you would hear a Bulgarian person wishing you leka noșt. Leka noșt. This is good night. Good night, good night. I remember a song from my childhood. There was a television show just before the little kids would go to bed. And the show was called Leka noșt deța. Good night, children. Deța. And it was about a character named Sâncho. Sâncho, which is like a sleepy boy. Anyway, memories from my childhood. Moving on. Как се казваш? Как се казваш? What's your name? Now that you've learned how to greet people according to the part of the day your encounter is happening, how to properly introduce yourself. You can ask them for their name. Как се казваш? Как се казваш? This is pretty much asking what's your name. You can also make it plural or formal by saying te at the end. Как се казва те? What is your name formal? And how do we reply to that? Аз съм Майя. Аз съм Майя. I'm Maya. Аз съм Дария. Аз съм Дария. Аз съм Daria. This is a way of saying I am Daria. And what do we usually add after that, after we introduce our name? Приятно ми е да се запознаем. Приятно ми е да се запознаем. Nice to meet you. Usually after we say our name, we would add. Приятно ми е да се запознаем. Right? It's very simple. Приятно ми е да се запознаем. Nice to meet you. Now, you can just use the first part of this phrase, which is приятно ми е. It's nice. That's pretty much enough for Bulgarian. But if you want to sound more like a true Bulgarian, you gotta say приятно ми е да се запознаем. Как си? Как си? How are you? Как си? Как си? How are you? This is a classic question you can ask anybody, and it's a door opener, by the way. I've heard it use it quite a lot in the US or other countries. However, please, I beg of you, when you ask как си, really show interest and really mean it. Как си? Благодаря, добре. А ти? Благодаря, добре. А ти? I'm fine, thanks. And you? And usually there is the answer. Благодаря, добре. А ти? Благодаря, добре. А ти? Literally, I'm fine, thank you. And how about you? Благодаря, добре. Благодаря, добре. А ти? I'm fine, thanks. And you? Literally, благодаря is thank you, добре is good. Thank you, good. А ти and you. You can juggle with that, or you can say how you really feel. You may be moody, you may be happy, you may be anxious. So you can add whatever you like in that little phrase. Благодаря, добре. Благодаря, не добре. Моля. Моля. Please. Моля. Моля. It's a very important word because it shows politeness. It shows good intention. This is the Bulgarian word for please. Please. Also, moля means I beg you, I beg of you. But you can also add it to any sentence if you would like to request something. And we'll see later on how to use моля. Благодаря. Благодаря. Thank you. The next word is a very important one because it shows gratitude. Благодаря. Благодаря. One word. It means thank you. But the root of the word is благо, which is all the best things or the nice things. Даря, I'm gifting them to you. Like nice things I'm giving. So you can say благодаря. But also for people who don't feel confident in saying this long word in Bulgarian, it's fine for you to use the French merci, because we've stolen that one in our language. Пак заповядай. Пак заповядай. You're welcome. And usually if you say благодаря, you can say right afterwards. Пак заповядай. Пак Заповядай. You are welcome. And you have the nicest of nicest things in your relationship with the person you have just met. Nice base to work on from then on. Да. Yes. Here are the two most important words to reply a yes and no question, which are the words yes and no. Da in Bulgarian means yes. Ne, no. Ne in Bulgarian means no. But don't confuse it with the type of nodding, because all over the world, this means da and this means ne. But only in Bulgaria, it's vice versa. So this would mean no, and this would mean yes. Not ne, da. Why? I can't even tell you. I can't. Some psychology thing, sociology, I don't know. Добре. Okay. Remember the phrase that we've used before? Благодаря, добре. Replying to how are you feeling today? Good, thank you. Good. This is the word добре. Добре. This means okay in Bulgarian, and it's okay to use it as much as possible, just because of the good vibration of it. Добре, добре. Извинете. Извинете. Excuse me. Another of the top 25 Bulgarian phrases that everybody should know is извинете. Извинете. Excuse me. Yes, people should learn how to use this word as much as possible because, first of all, Bulgarian people rarely use it. Why? If they step on your foot or they push you or punch you, do something horrible to you, they would say, Opa. They may even crush your car and they will say, Opa, which literally is oops. They would not say, excuse me, I apologize, and they would just go away. Yeah, because we are such people. But really, a lot of people say opa. Opa, which is, I think it's a Greek word as well. Opa. Opa! Opa, hey. Okay. Съжалявам. Съжалявам. I'm sorry. Another good word to use is съжалявам. Съжалявам. Now, this means I'm sorry. And I'm sorry, but a lot of people find difficulty pronouncing the... Now I'm having difficulty speaking. Pronouncing the in the beginning, because we have this sound. The Brazilian people would understand perfectly what I'm talking about because they have this sound. But if you don't, stress on съжалявам. Съжалявам. It actually makes your body feel good after you say it. So I'm sorry. Use it as much as you can. Колко е часът? Колко е часът? What time is it? So you're walking the streets of Sofia or Plovdiv, and you have a meeting with a local person to show you around. You've agreed to meet at 2 o'clock somewhere, but you don't have a watch. The battery on your phone is dead, so there is no way for you to know is it 2 o'clock already or not. Here is a way to ask for it. Колко е часът? Колко е часът? What's the time? Usually, as an answer, you would get just a number. 2, 2 часа, 3 часа, 4, and it's useful if you know the Bulgarian numbers. Къде е туалетната? Къде е туалетната? Where is the restroom? Another very useful phrase, which is definitely among the top 25 Bulgarian phrases you should know, is this one. Къде е туалетната? Къде е туалетната? The double O. Okay, where is the restroom? I don't know why I feel saying that learning this will open a lot of doors for you. Hopefully it will open a lot of doors for you and you don't have to wait in front of the restroom. But in Bulgaria, there are a lot of public restrooms around, or you can use any cafe or restaurant for this. And literally, you can just say toilet and they'll understand you because toilet, toaletna. Very similar. Изчакайте за момент. Изчакайте за момент. Wait a moment. Here's another phrase. If you hear somebody say изчакайте за момент, изчакайте за момент. They usually mean wait a moment. I hope you don't hear this in front of the restroom door, but in case that happens, you know that you have to wait. Hey, sometimes in life you have to wait for the good things to come and to happen to you. Колко струва това? Колко струва това? How much is this? So you've had a wonderful day sightseeing and you've met the local person and then you enter a souvenir shop. But in the souvenir shop there is no price announced. Now, if that happens, you can ask, колко струва това? Колко струва това? How much is this? And again, they'll give you a number as an answer. So it's always handy and good to learn the Bulgarian numbers first. Помощ. Помощ. Help. If you need help, ask for it. You can say помощ. Помощ. Help. Yell it as loud as you can. Помощ. Помощ. It's a funny thing that we Bulgarians have been exposed so much to Western movies that almost everybody would know the English version of помощ, which is help. However, you will sound like a true Bulgarian if you learn помощ. До скоро. До скоро. See you later. We are almost towards the end. It seems proper that I give you 2 phrases of how to part with people. So bear with me. До скоро. До скоро means see you later. Довиждане. Довиждане. Goodbye. Another word would be довиждане. Довиждане. Goodbye. And don't be afraid to use the Italian ciao because it's so short and so easy and everybody uses it. And this is another foreign word that we have stolen and claimed in our Bulgarian language. Не знам. Не знам. I don't know. Не знам. Не знам. This is a way of saying I don't know. And in my personal opinion, this phrase can get you out of almost any situation. Whatever they ask you, you just say не знам, and you can add български at the end of that sentence. For example, не знам български. And that will be enough for the people to leave you alone. If you do know Bulgarian, which you do by watching BulgarianPod101.com, you can just say знам. I know. Bulgarski. Bulgarian. Знам български. I know Bulgarian. Great! Seems like we've reached the end of this episode of BulgarianPod101.com, and you now know the top 25 Bulgarian phrases everybody should know. Great! That's amazing. I'm proud of you. And by the way, for more Bulgarian, click subscribe here under this video. Leave me a comment about which of this you would say to a stranger, or go to BulgarianPod101.com for more lessons in Bulgarian. I'm your host, Daria, and I can't wait until I meet you next time. Until then, do skoro!
Want to speed up your language learning? Take your very first lesson with us. You'll start speaking in minutes and master real conversations. Sign up for your free lifetime account. Just click the link in the description.